Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I would really like to welcome you to Flute Spice III. I would very much like to make sure that everybody understands that everything that I teach here is not to substitute what you're learning from any of your private teachers or your band director. The basic fundamentals are very important, and you want to make sure that everything is rock solid before you start adding any additional devices into your flute playing. I just wanted to make sure that you understand that this is about flute spice, not about the main dish. Hey, let's get started. Why not? We're going to have a lot of fun adding this flute spice. You'll find that you're the life of the party. I assure you, you'll be the life of the party. But first, we have to remember that a flute sound is going to be very clear and clarion. We want to make sure that we're trying to change our sound into a flute that perhaps might have been made out of bamboo or even wood. So it requires a different technique. We want to try to get a more darker sound, an airier sound. For starters, instead of using a regular 2-2-2 type of embouchure, we're going to start using something more like a chew, chew, chew. And by doing that, we'll get a different sound every time we articulate on the flute. There was my first example. I used G and F, those two notes, starting with G, then I moved to F. Now we're going to add in additional notes. We're going to go F, G, B flat, C, and D. 5 notes. It forms a pentatonic scale. 5 notes, F, G, B flat, C, and D. Once you get used to those 5 notes, let's add in our chew, chew, chew articulation. And then we'll see how this will sound when put inside context. Okay, hey, how did it go for you? Did you practice that? Once you get it down, it makes it a lot easier to start improvising over that. What we're going to do is start adding another technique called popping, like pop, pop. Popping on the flute is when we delay putting down the actual key of the note that we desire to play until the very last second. We delay putting the pad above the tone hole, on the tone hole, until the last very second, and it adds a lot of extra emphasis to the notes that you're trying to play. Wow, could you hear the popping on that? You should try that. It sounds very good. It's going to add an excellent type of articulation, a very pungent type of articulation. So now, what we want to do is put everything together that we've learned from Flute Spice I and Flute Spice II and Flute Spice III. We want to put everything that we've learned from flutter tonguing and adding in this extra cha, cha, cha. And we can add in the key popping. It'll sound good. You should try it. Hey, wasn't that fun to listen to? Hey, you should try it. It's a lot of fun. Now what we're going to do, we're going to fill in the rest. Instead of just using a pentatonic scale, sometimes I like to add in extra scales to add much more flavor. So we're going to use a G Dorian scale, which will be G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F, and back up to G. And by adding in a lot of the extra notes that are outside of maybe a lot of the Asian scales that you might have heard, we're adding in a much more jazzy sound or hip sound. And that way when you're playing it, there's a lot more ideas and contour and different contexts. You can have a good time playing, and it's a lot of fun. Woohoo! It's good to add in extra notes as soon as you're comfortable, because then it takes your song to a whole new level. I think you'll enjoy it, and you should try it out. Hey, that was a lot of fun. I felt like I was back in the disco. The good thing is, there's not one of you who wouldn't be able to play that better than me with just a little practice. And if you take it step by step, don't get discouraged. You'll find that you're going to be adding a lot of extra flute spice and flavor to some of the music that you like to play recreationally. So if you have any questions, feel free to list them in the comments section. And I hope that these videos have helped you become more happy with your flute playing. So stay safe, everybody. Have a good one.